It was the Democrats' embrace of neoliberalism that won it for Trump by Naomi Klein. They will blame James Comey and the FBI. They will blame voter suppression and racism. They will blame Bernie or bust and misogyny. They will blame third parties and independent candidates. They will blame the corporate media for giving him the platform, social media for being a bullhorn, and WikiLeaks for airing the laundry. But this leaves out the force most responsible for creating the nightmare in which we now find ourselves wide awake: neoliberalism, that worldwide, fully embodied by Hillary Clinton and her machine, is no match for Trump-style extremism. The decision to run one against the other is what sealed our fate. If we learned nothing else, can we please learn from that mistake? Here is what we need to understand. A hell of a lot of people are in pain. Under neoliberal policies of deregulation, privatization, austerity, and corporate trade, their living standards have declined precipitously. They have lost jobs, they have lost pensions, they have lost much of the safety net that used to make their losses less frightening. They see a future for their kids even worse than their precarious present. At the same time, they have witnessed the rise of the Davos class, a hyper-connected network of banking and tech billionaires, elected leaders who are awfully cozy with those interests, and Hollywood celebrities who make the whole thing seem unbearably glamorous. Success is a party to which they were not invited, and they know in their hearts that this rising wealth and power is somehow directly connected to their growing debts and powerlessness. For the people who saw security and status as their birthright, and that means white men most of all, these losses are unbearable. Donald Trump speaks directly to that pain. The Brexit campaign spoke to that pain. So do all the rising far-right parties in Europe. They answer it with nostalgic nationalism and anger at remote economic bureaucracies. Whether Washington, the North American Free Trade Agreement, the World Trade Organization of the European Union, and of course they answer it by bashing immigrants and people of color, vilifying Muslims and degrading women. A light neoliberalism has nothing to offer that pain because neoliberalism unleashed the Davos class. People such as Hillary and Bill Clinton are the toast of the Davos party. In truth, they threw the party. Trump's message was all is hell. Clinton answered all is well, but it's not well, far from it. Neo-fascist responses to rampant insecurity and inequality are not going to go away. But what we know from the 1930s is that what it takes to do battle with fascism is a real left. A good chunk of Trump's support could be peeled away if there were a genuine redistributive agenda on the table. An agenda to take up on the billionaire class with more than rhetoric and use the money for a Green New Deal. Such a plan could create a tidal wave of well-paying unionized jobs, bring badly needed resources and opportunities to communities of color, and insist that polluters should pay for workers to be restrained and fully included in this future. It could fashion policies that fight institutionalized racism, economic inequality, and climate change at the same time. It could take on bad trade deals and police violence and honor indigenous people as the original protectors of the land, water, and air. People have a right to be angry, and a powerful intersectional left agenda can direct that anger where it belongs, while fighting for holistic solutions that will bring a frayed society together. Such a coalition is possible. In Canada, we have begun to cobble it together under the banner of a people's agenda called the Leap Manifesto. endorsed by more than 220 organizations, from Greenpeace Canada to Black Lives Matter Toronto, and some of our great trade unions. Bernie Sanders' amazing campaign went a long way towards building this sort of coalition and demonstrated that the appetite for democratic socialism is out there. But early on, there was a failure in the campaign to connect with older Black and Latino voters who are the Democratic most abused by our current economic model. That failure prevented the campaign from reaching its full potential. Those mistakes can be corrected, and a bold, transformative coalition is there to be built on. That is a task ahead. The Democratic Party needs to be either decisively wrested from pro-cooperate neoliberals, or it needs to be abandoned. From Elizabeth Warren to Nina Turner to the Occupy alumni who took the Bernie Sanders campaign supernova, there's a super field of coalition inspiring progressive leaders out there than at any point in my lifetime. We are leaderful, as many in the movement of Black Lives say. So let's get out of shock as fast as we can and build a kind of radical movement that has a genuine answer to the hate and fear represented by the Trumps of this world. Let's set aside whatever is keeping us apart and start right now.